as we go, we are going to go in alphabetical order, and we will start with FireOx and Zoe.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
See me? Good.
Yep.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Zoe Geller. I'm the co-founder and CEO of FireOx Foods. FireOx was really born out of my personal passion for sustainable food and helping people eat well. Next slide. So I got into this one right after college when I was in AmeriCorps. I was helping kids, learn where how food grows, where it comes from. And then I went on to be an early employee at a local food distributor startup called Common Market. And I really became passionate about improving the food system while I was there. And at FireOx today, I manage the sales and marketing and fundraising. And Jason Yang, my co-founder, he has a lot of experience in consulting and finance, and he manages our ops and finance. Next slide. So what do we make? We make a line of amazing, I was just talking to a Fresh Direct buyer the other day, and they're incredibly impressed by our meals. So not only do we love them, we also have retail buyers and other buyers and consumers that really love our products. So they are delicious, vegetable-based, frozen meals that really focus on flavor, vegetables, and the brand. So our brand is differentiated in the fact that it stands for sustainable food and food that comes from the earth, like real food. And you can see that in our packaging on the shelf, as you can see here. And I don't know if you can see it up close if you like as well. Next slide, please. So as some of you know, many consumers are looking to eat more plant-based food, right? They're looking for healthier options, but they're also looking for easier options, right? Especially now during the pandemic. So they're looking to the frozen aisle for these easy entrees. So, and we see this in the growth of the frozen vegan entree category in 2017 was nearly 15%. And it's a really huge market. It's $36 billion market for frozen prepared foods. And we're only at 1% market penetration for vegan frozen entrees specifically. So there's a ton of room for additional growth here. Next slide, please. So what have we done so far? We've been at this for a few years now. And this is a new brand, actually, we launched just in June. This brand is significantly improved in terms of the packaging design as well as the taste of our products. And we've come out with 5 of them. So we expanded our portfolio from 3 products to 5. And like I said, significantly improved the taste of our products based on feedback. And we've produced over 7,000 meals in partnership with a professional co-packer, which has enabled us to reduce our costs significantly and make more money on each meal sold. And also
20 seconds
of our products. What?
20 seconds.
Okay. We have traction in 25 natural food stores, Wesleyan, Yale University, and we're also in talks with 2 distributors, McMahon's Farms and Rainforest, to expand retail distribution in the New York City area. Next slide, please. And our next steps are to focus on expanding that retail distribution geographically, implementing digital and on-shelf marketing to get people to try our products and rebuy, and launching our online store beta, which we're doing this week, actually. So thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate any questions you have.
All right, Zoe, thank you very much. We have 4 minutes now for some question and answer, and Marie Roca is going to ask of the judges and the audience. Take it away, Marie.
Great. So thank you for presenting. The first question, we're going to go to the audience. It's from Jennifer Bentley. I'm curious if you also address the gluten-free market or have plans to.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, all of our meals are gluten-free. They're not certified because that it's an additional cost to us, but we may become certified in the future.
Our next question will go to one of our judges. I don't know which one of you want to go first, but feel free to unmute and ask your question.
Molly, do you want to go ahead since you were off mute?
Oh, thank you, Harold. I would love that. How do you they're all frozen meals, right? How do you freeze them and kind of ensure that it's going to still have all the right nutritional components? I'm not an expert in the food industry in any way, but I just know that's kind of a concern sometimes in what, recooking fresh foods.
Sure. Yeah. So actually frozen food has the same or more nutrition than fresh foods, because often fresh foods are transported across the country and aren't picked when they're ripe. And so the exposure to air and light kind of degrades nutrients. So freezing it actually locks in the nutrients. The co-packer takes care of maintaining the frozen chain. So making sure that the product is made, it's immediately frozen, and that it is put onto an LTL distributor that keeps it frozen, so keeps it safe and high quality.
I have a quick question. When you think about the traction that you noted for the 25 stores, what does that mean as far as sales? Are you tracking inventory turns in the locations that you're in? Are you direct to consumer in some case and tracking, return buyers?
Sure. Yeah. So we track by per SKU per store per week. And under our previous brands, we were doing 2 to 3 per SKU per store per week. And now we're doing more. And I don't have the exact numbers because we just launched in June, and it depends on the account, but on average it's higher. It's probably 3 to 4. But I don't want to quote that because we don't have the data on hand. But in terms of revenues, we've had over $40,000 in sales under our previous brands, Zoni and Plentiful. And this is the new version of that.
Great.
Does that make sense?
I think so. So then do you have any sales under this current brand since June that you care to share?
Yes. I don't have the exact number, but it's about 10,000 with the Yale order, which was a substantial order.
Thank you.
Thank you. Molly, do you have a question?
Yeah, so I would actually love to learn more about your brand strategy here in terms of consumer packaged goods and food in general, HelloFresh, Freshly, the works in that, and even Daily Harvest. They've really driven with their brand. So I would love to understand what your strategy is there. If it relates to any partnerships, future products, how you're thinking about that.
Yeah, so our vision is to make delicious vegetable-based food accessible to all. So we're not just limited to meals. So we're thinking about like all sorts of different products. We also have a veggie burger product that we're not selling currently. And then in terms of the brand strategy, the brand, actually the name is inspired by a book my ancestor wrote about his travels around the world. So it's authentic in that our meals are inspired by these cuisines from around the world. Like our Masaman coconut curry and our mushroom oat risotto and our braised Ethiopian greens. So it's really about like these authentic cuisines that's giving inspiration to our meals that are focused on flavor. And then it's also about sustainability, and no one is doing that in the frozen foods and like the frozen meal space specifically in retail. Like Daily Harvest, their positioning is a bit different. But yeah, in terms of the sustainability, just one point on that, like our carton is actually made with 100% recycled paper, and it's recyclable because it's not.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. You're well over time. So sorry about that. But there are a ton of questions on the Q&A. If you'd like to answer them, please do privately if that's feasible to you. And anyone who has questions who want to follow up with Zoe, please feel free to do so as well. You can find her at fireoxfoods.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Zoe, that was fantastic. Thank you.